Breaking news, this is crazy. Former President Trump tonight claiming the FBI currently raiding his home at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. The feds have not yet confirmed the raid, but in a statement, number 45 said in part, quote, "Such an assault could only take place in broken third world countries. Sadly, America has now become one of those countries, corrupt at a level not seen before. They even broke into my safe!" Exclamation point, end quote. So what is this all about? The party panel is back. It's new to them as well. Douglas Murray, Leslie Marshall, Polumbo. Okay, so Douglas, what is going on? What does this mean? Is the federal government just trying to thwart a potential Trump 2024 run with this?
I mean, this is insane. We were discussing earlier about the inland revenue being used as the IRS being used as a political tool. But there will be significant portions of the United States tonight who will now be seeing the FBI as being used as a political tool. It's obviously an unbelievably highly political thing to happen. To see a former president's residence raided by the FBI, I can't think of a time anything like that has happened. Part of the country will tonight be absolutely horrified by this. Part will be saying, fantastic, we're going to get him, and all those left-wing dreams of seeing Trump and his entire extended family locked up, they'll feel they're one step closer. But a lot of people will just see this is the sort of thing, you know, we talk about the way in which the United States has been, divided. This is the sort of thing that can easily be a serious conflagration moment.
So what do you make of this, Leslie? It seems like this might be a little heavy-handed. I know there are a number of investigations going on concurrently, but it's a bad precedent to set.
But we can't have a precedent here, and I don't think this is political. I think the Department of Justice is doing its job. They are the Department of Justice. If the allegations are true that there were documents, and some believe classified documents, stored at Mar-a-Lago for over a year, that is a violation of the law. How do you find out if the documents are there, if in fact those documents are classified? If I were the former president, I would want them to find if he is in fact innocent. Hey, take a look around. I have nothing to hide. We didn't take anything from the White House. We haven't stored it in the house for over a year, and nothing's classified. No laws broken.
Not how it works, Leslie. Let me come into your house. Have you read the Constitution? Have you seen the Fourth Amendment? That's a tricky mistress for this story. All right. Well, Hillary Clinton also stored thousands and thousands of classified documents, maybe not in paper form, in a safe, but did the Fed seize on that? The president also tweeted here, or he released a statement that read in part, Hillary Clinton allowed to delete and acid wash, which great genes, 33,000 emails after they were subpoenaed by Congress. Absolutely nothing has happened to hold her accountable. Lock her up. She even took antique furniture and other items from the White House. Not antique furniture. So, Brad, what do you make of Hillary Clinton's name being inserted into the statement? I think that there are parallels here.
Yeah, well, it always was going to be with Trump. He always finds a way to bring up Hillary. But I find this news to be pretty concerning. I will say it's possible that the FBI, crossed their T's and dotted their I's and did this by the book. A judge would have had to sign off on this warrant. It doesn't always mean a lot, unfortunately. And it's at moments like this that I'm glad conservatives are waking up and realizing that we can't and shouldn't trust the FBI. This is the same agency that harassed and blackmailed Martin Luther King Jr. We already saw the FBI's anti-Trump bias revealed in texts from agents during the at the actual Russia investigation. And we learned in 2022 in April that they have surveyed 3.4 million people's texts and emails without a warrant. So if in another world where they had more credibility, we could trust blindly that they wouldn't do something that isn't by the books, but we can't have that faith in the FBI. And if this is another reminder to Republicans who historically have, pushed surveillance and law enforcement to have sweeping broad powers, that was a mistake, then maybe it's good in the long run, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell, one of those Republican lawmakers who has had no problem concentrating more power and more spy power in the hands of the FBI. So hopefully enough of the country will be outraged by this. Maybe it's on behalf of someone they look up to, a political leader, Donald Trump. But this sort of spying and this unconstitutional overreach, it has to end at some point. So, Douglas, I just want to bring this up quickly. We only have about a minute left. So this is happening in Florida. And some Democrats are waking up to the reality that Ron DeSantis actually poses a bigger threat to their power than Donald Trump. Is there something about this symbolism? Could this be the forcing of the past torch?
It could be. I don't think myself that Donald Trump is going to give up that torch very willingly. I don't think he particularly wants to be part of a relay race and hand it over to DeSantis. Mm-hmm. But DeSantis does have an awful lot of favorables related to him, not least if he was elected. The United States could break the cycle of electing people to president only if they're about to touch 80. And I myself will be very in favor of us just going, all those decades back and thinking you don't have to be in your 80s to run the United States or any other country.
Run it into the ground. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. Doug, Leslie, and Brad, great to talk to all of you. Thank you so much.